Our last question I wanted to get to today from Wooder Fuzz.
Friend of the pod.
Is he? I don't
Wooder
remember
has
this.
been a long time Broad Street hockey person.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Wooder.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
With the Devils likely being less injured, Pittsburgh firing their awful power play coach. See how they can do? Just do that.
You can do that.
And a full season without Walker and Hart, like we just said. What is the argument for the Flyers not getting past for the last playoff spots this upcoming season, barring roster changes? I don't have one. That's a big part of why I think they're going to be worse next, or not even worse. They could have a very similar season.
Yeah.
Record-wise.
Yes.
Effort-wise, what they visually look the same or better. Mm-hmm. There's no way New Jersey is as bad as they were, and Pittsburgh might be set up to be better.
So, you have to think New Jersey is better, but I feel like since Jersey got Doug, I've been waiting for them to be really good, and they've never crossed that threshold.
They were pretty good the season before this one.
They were really good, but they didn't do anything with it.
They beat the Rangers.
Yeah.
That was their cup.
So that's not a guarantee. Pittsburgh did fire a coach, but you don't know that they're going to be better. That's a question mark. It's a maybe.
And they were what they were with Crosby having an amazing season.
Right.
Not saying he's not going to, because he's awesome.
But he's getting old.
But at a certain point, it happens.
He's going to fall off.
And it's already maybe happening to Malkin. Letang is not what he was. Yeah,
they're the same class of guys.
I think New Jersey is a guarantee to be in the top 3 in the division next year.
One would think.
Pittsburgh, I have no idea.
I think they're still sus depending on what they do this offseason.
Yeah, they have stuff to do. I assume the Islanders are going to do stuff because they're locked into so many contracts. It's we can't start over. So we need to just keep doing stuff. Yeah,
but Lou stinks. So he's never going to do anything good.
He could do something that makes them marginally better, and they did just make the playoffs. I just think the East is going to be... The East was not good this year, and the Flyers did miss the playoffs.
They sure did.
Washington might be worse next year, but they did finish ahead of the Flyers. These things did happen. I expect the East to be better, and I think the Flyers are going to make some subtractions. So I don't expect them to make... What's the argument for them making the playoffs? Is it Forster's better, Drysdale's better, Brink is better, stuff?
Yeah, it would have to be.
Farabee doesn't disappear.
A bunch of guys getting better.
Couturier plays the second half.
Yeah. Fedotov has to turn into a serviceable NHL goaltender. That's got to happen.
We get some semblance of middle of the season Ayerson.
Yeah.
For most of the year, and on the times he doesn't play, they don't allow 7 goals.
Yeah.
Right. Fedotov is at least a serviceable backup.
He's got to be at least Brian Elliott. So those things have to happen. I mean, I can't answer this question until I see what Danny Briere does this summer. I don't know what he's going to do. The thing is, the idea, if he does nothing this whole summer, I'm going to get to September and be like, what the fuck are we doing here? He's got to do something.
There's so much up in the air right now that hinges on something I didn't see coming a month ago, and it's potentially Matvei Michkov. I said
That's the other thing.
I said yesterday, I've just been operating under this assumption, okay, he's going to get here when he gets here, and I'm not going to think about it. But now I'm he's coming, and I have nothing to base this on. And if that's the case, it changes the strategy a little for me. I don't think it's time to go all in if he's coming.
No.
He's going to be a 19-year-old kid, not a 23-year-old kid.
He's into it.
There's still a lot that has to be done. I guess they don't have anything close to a number 1 defenseman.
Right,
They don't have anything close to a 1C.
No.
It's hard to get those things. I can't.
That's what I keep hearing.
We've been looking for them for a while.
Yes.
At least one of these elements for a long time. But it does change things. To me, it changes how you operate at the draft. It changes what you're going to do in terms of, okay, who do we trade? Who do we keep? It makes so much more sense to keep Konechny to me if Michkov's coming now rather than in a year or two.
I wonder when we're going to hear about that.
So they said by the end of June, there's going to be a decision. I just have this vision that the Flyers go up to draft at 12 and it's Danny, it's Jonesy, it's Hilferty.
And
it's Mitchcock.
Yes.
And
like
then they announce the pick together.
Oh.
And then it's on, man. Then it's on.
Then it is fucking on.
Yeah.
I will be putting my $20 on the Flyers to win the cup immediately.
Like, I have no idea.
I don't know either. I don't know.
This is a much more interesting offseason than last offseason because they have, like, there's more different routes to go.
Yes. I just can't help thinking that everyone thought the Flyers were going to be ass last season. Everyone. Fans, experts, probably the Flyers themselves. Everybody thought they were going to suck last season, and they didn't. So there is a chance that this season, everyone will think they're going to stink, and they won't. And that will make a lot of people mad, but it's also fun.
I do, like, if I'm in that locker room, there is a part of me that's thinking, like, man, we worked our asses off last year. We did so much. We got better. We still missed the playoffs. Here's another year of playing for goddamn John Tudor. Like, that has to be just, and I don't even mean that, like, the personality is one thing.
Yeah.
But the way he asks his players to play night in and night out, it's like by February, you just got to be like, I'm tired. And there's not going to be, like, we're not winning the Stanley Cup. You know, there's just got to be this, like, fatalism of, Jesus, I got to do this for how much longer? You know, for no payoff.
You're supposed to want to, my dude.
I know you're supposed to, but, like, they are human beings.
Yeah.
Like, if I was doing this show and nobody was watching it, at a certain point, I'd be like, you know what? Today doesn't really matter.
I want these players to be, like, 75,000% more delusional than I am at the start of the season. Like, I want them going in believing
they all say they did believe at the beginning of the season we're much better than everyone thinks we are. Of course, I expected them to be a bottom 5 team. So they were very right about that.
Maybe they go into next season thinking we got so close. We push a little bit harder.
Maybe that made them hungrier. Maybe they learned what it takes and they're like, we fucking get it now. Last year was figuring it out. Bill. I guess that's the argument.
Maybe
they learned the John Tortorella, I can teach you to be a winner.
Yeah,
is true.
Yeah, they learned what it feels like to just miss.
They don't want to feel that again. All right.
We all silly like the mayor.